Clouds forming beautifully ahead of this big game between Dreams FC and Hatsabok here in the mountainous area of Dewo in the eastern region of Ghana. As the Ghana Premier League Week 22 clash between the Still Believe boys and the Phobians. Who carries the 3 points here in Dewo? The stage is set and Hatsabok will hope to replicate the same victory they had over Dreams FC in the first half of the league, but Dreams will be open to revenge and also keep their season in shape as they welcome the Phobians to their favorite theater of dreams.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a big game that all of us are here to see, and if you're watching from home, you know that there's a great game in prospects here between Hearts of Oak and Dreams FC. Dreams FC, their recent form has dimmed a bit, but for Hearts of Oak, they are going to be looking at the fact that the leaders of the league and the teams around them are also picking up the pieces like Kotoko won yesterday. So it's beginning to look like a must-win game for them. But they're in confident mood after that result they had from Enyinase.
And these kids have decided to find their own way to enjoy the beautiful game in the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak hardly do come to town, and they've climbed up those trees to watch the game.
Yeah.
So Dreams FC in their usual home strip, lemon green jerseys over black shorts, Philemon Balfour, a winner from the under-20 gold winning team from Mauritania, wears the armband for them, and in the absence of Joseph Esso, a lot will depend on Ejeni Mboatin, who has been tasked with that responsibility of banging in the goals. Usual faces in this House of Oak team, but Mohamed Al Hassan drops to the bench. There's no place for Radio Vuka, and then Obin Jr., who are in part of the squad because of suspensions.
Yeah, these are very important players for them, but they've got enough important players. They've got very quality players in the side to step it up and fill the void that they've left. I mean, Denchi, under the new manager, has seen a lot of games. He's back to his fitness levels, are looking good. So when you look at the midfield that they've put up today, which we'll get to in a jiffy, they've got the quality in there to match up with what Dreams FC have brought to the table.
Emmanuel Okra, one of the trusted lieutenants for Dreams FC. Abdallah in the number 5 jersey will be playing in that central defense, Masaudu, one of the longest serving players of Dreams FC. So that's the lineup for the home side. Solomon Agbesid keeps his place as the number 1 goalkeeper. There's an attack in lineup of Husaf, Ejeni Mboatin, with Maxwell Atta, Okran Fahadu, Isa and Odro, all taking places in this squad for Dreams FC. So that's their symbol, Still Believe. This man has been credited with a turnaround of the season for Dreams FC, but in recent times, things have really been smooth for Veric and his side.
Yeah, he hasn't. He knows that things must change quickly now.
Kaleba Mankwai again gets to start in central defense together with Nuru Sule. Then she replaces Ovuka, Fatah at right back, and Victor Edu leads the lines for the Phobians together with Razak and Barnier. Michel Otu gets a starting place in this game as well.
Yeah. So when you look at the way they've lined up today, especially for the home side, Dreams FC, it's a back 3 system. You're expecting which can turn into a back 5 when they are defending. But on the ball, Isa Ibrahim and Victor Odro, who are playing as the fullbacks, would tuck in midfield to help Maxwell Arthur, and then Fahudu in midfield. It's a very complex system, the 3-back-1, but if it's well executed, it brings a perfect balance to what could be an attacking flow and then shaping defending. For Hearts of Oak is their familiar, even like 4-1-3-2 system that they've played under the new manager. Afutu will be the man to protect that back four, and expecting Patrick Razak, Mitchell Sapon, and Manav to provide all the support for Victor Edu and Efriye Banier. So yeah, two different systems, all of which has got its own weakness and strength here. It comes down to the players and how well they're able to execute it.
It's the Rainbow Lads sporting their usual and favorite jerseys, that red with the rainbow colors over purple shorts. Last time they visited here in the truncated league, they plucked all 3 points courtesy Kofi Koji. He's not in the team today. He's left for Qatar since one of the fastest growing goalkeepers in the Ghana Premier League, Solomon Agbasi. He's received a lot of commendations after some brilliant exploits with this Dreams FC side. His quality will be tested by this Atabok attack this afternoon. It's the Ghana Premier League Week 22 live on Star Times here at the Theatre of Dreams in Daewoo.
And before the kickoff is on, it's great what they've done with the pitch here at Dreams FC. At the start of the season, it must be said, it wasn't something that many were happy about, but I tell you what, they've put in some great work. It's a wonderful surface for these two sets of teams to go out there and do their job.
Morrison, SO whistles, and game is underway here in Daewoo. Afutu, Manav for the flick on now, Edu. Michel Sapon, lovely play from the Phobians. Early incursion, Razak with a cross in. Edu's header, straight to Agbasi.
Straight away.
Making the intentions very clear from the onset.
Yeah, sorry, straight away, that is the effect of what a three-back system can be, because when you've got wide men like Patrick Razak who can stretch the width there, it is stretching the back three, and Mitchell Sapon picked Razak up well. The cross was good, but you know, the header, you're expecting him to do a lot better from there. Edu didn't really connect with the ball like he would have loved, and early warning signs there for Dreams, because with that back three system, if the fullbacks are not tucked in when they are defending or off the ball, it's going to stretch that back three line, and all of those three at the back will have to play in a narrow way. It's going to be one that I think the likes of Patrick Razak will enjoy.
Agbasi delivers into Hatzabok territory. Maxwell Arthur. Isai Ibrahim's header is taken care of. Arthur goes down. Free kick. First foul of the afternoon. And Afutu. The culprits claiming innocence.
There's a match that I can quite clearly see his thoughts stepping right on the leg of Arthur there, and Afutu protesting his innocence, but with the position of the referee, there's no way he's going to miss it.
Dreams have a free kick. Emmanuel Okran and Philemon Bafo planning something to execute. What do they have up their sleeves, Dreams FC? Okran swings one in, headed away. Poor delivery from Agbasi. Fatah locates Victor Edu with a throw. Edu unable to go past Masaudu. And Arthur clears it out only as far as Afutu, who finds Denchi. And she's lost possession. And as will recover the ball again, here is Benjamin Afutu. Manaf still hangs on to possession. Now Daniel Barnier. Dreams FC take over. Fahadu Sulemana. Fahadu. And Virich is complaining. He thinks the decision should have gone the way of Dreams FC. Not too sure about that.
Again, he seems to also have been complaining about the earlier incident where Denchi had lost the ball and Ejenim Boateng collected the ball from his man Victor Drew. It seems to have been a coming together of the two players there. He did think that Denchi stripped Ejenim Boateng on that occasion before Futu got to the ball. And a game as high profile as this one, the fine margins do really count. Those fouls and those 50-50 balls that can go against you.
Here is Sapon. Just unlucky. He's trying to pick out Razak now. Isa Ibrahim looking for the run of Ejenim Boateng. Ben Mensah quickly initiates a move from the back with that pass to Denchi. And Nuru Sule almost gives him possession. Dreams FC, can they get a first go? Ibrahim Kaleba Bankwa, good positioning from the centre back. Dreams FC ain't giving Al Savok any breathing space. Here they come again. Bafo. Fahadu just unable to have that final touch on the ball. Odro to Razak. Hatsavok.
Yeah, that's a foul from Fahadu again. But Dreams FC did put up some very nice attacking football there. The ball fisting across the face of goal. Nobody there on the end to connect it to Ray. Fahadu just got too physical there on Patrick Razak.
Fatal delivers, but it goes all the way to the right side of the Dreams defense. There's already 5 minutes here in Deu at the theatre of Dreams. Is Dreams nil, Hartsabok nil.
And with the way Dreams FC press, I think that if they can target Nuru Sule, they can always force him to making mistakes. When we had Karela, you remember the last time out, he was the one whose clearance fell to Karela. Diawusi Taylor kicked it, ricocheted and fell into the path of his man before the goal happened. He's not the most comfortable defender on the ball. He loves to go in for the tackle and track his man, but when you ask him to play, he's almost always going to struggle with it. If they can target him, then he's prone to making mistakes on the ball.
Abdullah Ibrahim trying to locate Husaf, but Afutu fights for the ball and wins a free kick.
Afutu has got a difficult job today. It's about the only defensive-minded midfielder Hearts of Oak have got in the team today. He's playing alongside Manaf and Michel Sapo, very attacking players. He has to defend a lot.
Now here is Razak. Goes past Ibrahim. But that's a solid sliding tackle from Fahadu Sulemana. Has to have possession now, Razak. Referee has just interrupted the smooth flow of Hearts of Oak's passing game. And he's got to take a decision now.
Very disadvantageous for Hearts because the ball is going straight to Afutu in space. No one knows where that would have ended up. I like the tempo of the game. These two sides have come out of the blocks and firing. Movement is good, energy is good.
Free kick for Dreams FC. It's Yakubu on the bench today, together with Amadou Dantani. Free kick for Dreams FC. 7 minutes in Deu. No goals yet. Dreams FC Hearts of Oak. Okran delivers. Headed down by Masaudu. And Ibrahim had a final touch on it. And it's a goal kick.
Yeah, long ball into the far post. Saudi is on there to just try to head it back across the face, but that's a chance. And when you look at the defending of Hearts of Oak, sure, someone will be disappointed that nobody's closing up on them, and that could have easily been trouble for the goalkeeper, Ben Mensah.
Nuru Sule, fouled by Ejenim Boateng. Hearts of Oak have the advantage now. Ibrahim to Agbasi. He makes a mistake. Can he be punished for it? That's some clearance, some brilliant defending from Masaudu Abdullahi.
That's an incredible clearance there, but there he put his goalkeeper under pressure. The pass was too short. Goalkeeper tried to be clever. Credit to Banye for pressing. It was an open goal for him, but Masaudu did well to get back into the line because he knew his goalkeeper had committed himself. He was in trouble. But what about that for a clearance? You've seen players attempt to do this and they clear the ball into the back of their own nets, but he got everything spot on, saving his team right there on the line. Wade will be happy with the pressing from Banye. For very to be disappointed with the risk they took at the back. Almost paid for it.
Ibrahim Abdullahi, not the best of passes to his goalkeeper, nearly got punished for it. All credit to Masaudu Abdullahi for that amazing clearance. Here is Manaf. Now Razak can't go past Balfour. Balfour gives away possession to Patrick Razak. Hatsabok. Razak doesn't make it count.
Yeah. Again, the back three not looking too comfortable. I think there's miscommunication about what their specific roles are. The back three system really demands people to be very specific about their roles, and it demands a lot of discipline about. So at the moment, they seem to be all over the place, giving the ball away in their own half. And Patrick Razak just couldn't gather the ball under his spell.
Dreams FC yet to really settle with a kind of formation, and how they've set up for this afternoon's game. It's 10 minutes here in Daewoo. It's goalless. Sapon to Fatal. The captain swings one into the territory of Dreams, and Balfour gets it away only as far as Denchi. Now Razak, lovely back heel to find Denchi again. Denchi cuts back and is cleared away by Abdullah Ibrahim. Caleb Amankwa. Hands the ball to Balfour, and he gives it back to Hearts of Oak with Caleb Amankwa. Now Razak. Again the final ball, not good enough. Now Afutu steps forward. Edu. Hearts of Oak. Those final balls to go past the Dreams FC backline has been the problem. Caleb Amankwa puts himself in trouble. Ejenim Boateng steals possession, goes past him, brings him down. Free kick. Caleb, he played himself into this.
He did. Trying to be too clever. And then out of desperation and trying to recover, he just got down Ejenim Boateng, and the referee seemed to have flashed that yellow card to him, and rightly so. He was beating all day long. There was no way it was going to get to him. He didn't fancy the foot range because Ejenim Boateng had the better of him, and now he's in trouble.
The former Wafa Nigeriana Stars player is in the books. Yellow card for Caleb Amankwa for that foul on Ejenim Boateng. Samuel Bodu guessing what he's trying to tell them. Maybe the man marking should be the real deal as they deliver this free kick.
I think it's more man marking there than what modern day footballers try to do, or modern day coaches instruct players to do, the zonal marking where you're preventing the runs. I think he demands that they mark one-on-one.
Emmanuel Okran steps forward for Ibrahim. Poor execution from the Dreams FC left winger.
Yeah, it's disappointing because the number of bodies they had in there, had he sent in a cross from there, you never know. But the idea is good. He's looking for the left foot of his man to wrap it around it and try and find the top corner, but he couldn't quite get it right.
Here is Manaf trying to find Razak, but Solomon Agbasi is out grabs it. And he gives the ball away to Manaf again. Manaf trying to send across for Edu. But Dreams FC defend their line so well as a corner kick. Abdullah Ibrahim having the final touch on the ball. Has a good numbers in that Dreams FC box. Nur Sule would want to join, but he's not in the fray as a Futu's header goes away. Took a deflection and is another corner.
Yeah, he slightly missed the header there because nobody was marking. It was almost a free header for him, but just couldn't reach it. If he had anything on it, any meaningful contact on it, I'm sure that he probably would have found the back of the net.
Mensah, Ado, all of them on the bench for Haas. Razak's corner. Masaudu gets the head on it. Patel! Good save from Solomon Agbasi. That was a belter from Fatah Mohammed, the captain.
Yeah, that was some strike from him, but it was narrowing down the middle where the goalkeeper was just standing. All he had to do was to apply the save and tip it over. Yeah, almost straight to him.
Razak's corner. Agbasi again gets the hand on it. Kaleba Mankwa kicks and it's over for a goal kick.
Yeah. The first save was better than the attempt he's just made because he spilled it. He didn't quite gather the ball as he should have as a goalkeeper. There he comes out, doesn't claim it, and it could have fallen for anybody, dropped for anybody. It dropped for Kaleba Mankwa, but the bounce on it wasn't what favored him more. But that is a strike from Fatah again. Take a look at it, straight to the goalkeeper, but it's a good save nonetheless. Saw it all the way and then applied the save.
It's 15 minutes. We've hit the cut off an hour mark, and Dreams FC and Hatsabok are yet to score here at the theater of Dreams in Daewoo. Here is Sapon. Now Barnier, Manaf, he's giving the ball away. Ejenim Boatin, Emmanuel Okran. Throwing for Dreams FC. Sulemana, Ejenim Boatin trying to go past Nuru Sule with that touch, but heavy is a goal kick. It's interesting how Bodu has kept confidence in Ben Mensah with the two regular goalkeepers returning from injury. He's stuck with Mensah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they are match fit yet. Yeah, I hear they are back in training. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they start competing for their place. But to be fair to Ben, he's been decent. He's not really let himself down or make mistakes. But again, during the season, many said was making a couple of mistakes. After as well was said to have made a couple of mistakes. You can't say the same about Ben. He's been decent. He's been a leader as well at the back. So why not keep him there?
Here is Suleiman. Now Balfour. Atta. Ibrahim Abdullah. Ball is flicked on by Ejenim Boatin, gets a return, and the final ball is cleared by Kaleba Bankwa. Now Balfour. Asaudu's clearance is hooked away by Fatau. Lovely from Abdullah. Now Atta. Ejenim Boatin. Hazavo could recover possession, and Nuru Sule trying to pick Daniel Barnier with that long ball. Now Dreams FC, Ali Husaf to Ejenim Boatin, straight to Ben Mensah.
A lovely attacking play there by Dreams. Ejenim just couldn't generate the power that he would have loved there. Yeah, on the volley, striker should be hitting it better than that. It was setting up perfectly for him. It's shocking he didn't get enough power behind it. And then it's a comfortable catch for this man, Ben Mensah, who's ever since returned to the goalpost looked very calm. But that one ball over the top of Nuru Sule, it's not blessed with the pace. I mean, it's not young anymore. I mean, so he doesn't really have the pace that he used to have. Could be the one that they target and use the space.
Issa Ibrahim. There's a foul on Kaleba Mankwa. Ali Husaf, no complaints.
Caleb was always trying to get to the ball first. The striker Ali Hussein there didn't quite see the run coming.
Hatzabok third on the league log with 34 points. They've won 9 times this season. They've lost 5 times. The last defeat was in Obuasi against Ashgold. They've drawn 7 times this season. That precious point picked up at Anyinase is one of those draws for the Phobians this term. Now Emmanuel Okran. Rafo is looking for options to throw in that ball, and Nurusure gets ahead on it for an advantage for Dreams FC. Nobody to get to the end of it, but Ibrahim Issa finds the ball and it goes to Sapon. Barnier. Edu can't get to it.
Too much on it. You see what he was trying to do, trying to find Edu from there. A little bit of bend on the ball. Maybe Edu's run is going to meet it as the ball is bending towards him, but that was too much of a straight ball and Edu's not going to catch it.
Michel Sapon up against Abdullahi. Now Fatal Kaleba Mankwa's ball has been taken over by Dreams, and Barnier goes in hard. Whistle goes against Dreams FC. Yes, Barnier gets the advantage.
Yeah. Fahadu there was a bit like a disicle on the ball, almost playing as if there was nobody around him because he had the ball first. Allow Barnier to get to it, and they put in too much in trying to win the ball. Yeah, that was it. Was just standing there, and it's that arm of his, the left one that catches Barnier in the face. It can be painful sometimes, but I'm not sure it's anything that is going to cause him to stay off for long. Right back in it.
Fatal's free kick. Poor one from the captain. Not sure the manager is pleased with that delivery from his captain. It's obvious from his reaction, Samuel Bodu. Nurul Sule to the ball at the expense of AJ Nimboatin. It's 21 minutes. In Deu, no goals yet. Okran. Razak had a final touch on the ball as a throw in for Dreams, quickly taken, and Kaleba Manko again gets the ball out of danger.
Yeah, Dreams were a bit shaky at the back from the start. They seem to have settled a bit. They seem to have got into the side where they know exactly what to do as far as the back three is concerned and the fullbacks. It's really hard to folk. The last 10 minutes have struggled to get into their box or do anything meaningful with the ball when they've had it.
Hussein and Fahadu combined to bring down Sapon, and had to walk up a free kick. So that's a sandwich in between the two dreadlock men. Free kick for Hatzabok. Amankwa delivers. That was close. Nuru Sule the big centre back. In the process, colliding with goalkeeper Agbasi.
Yeah, very teasing ball into that area. Goalkeeper thinks he can come out and claim it. He completely misses out on the ball. He has to do better with such situations. The second time he's come out of his line and not had anything on it. The ball went to Nuri Sule. And I think he had taken his eye off the ball because of the collision that was on hand on him. And so he didn't really direct the ball into the back of the net, but that was an empty net. Goalkeeper missed out on it. He completely missed out on the ball. And like I said, it's the second time he's done that today, and he has to be more convincing when he's stepping off this line to claim the area balls.
Temporal hold up. Solomon Agbasi gets treatment after colliding with Nuri Sule, who is already up and good to go. Nuri Sule.
And that's the collision again from Kalabamankwa's ball. It's a teasing one. Look at the goalkeeper here. He's missing it. He misses it completely because he doesn't quite jet the flight of the ball well, and ball goes underneath his hands. Nuri Sule is there, but there's collision. Nuri Sule is also taking his eye off the ball there, so, and that was dangerous. It could have gone anywhere. It could have gone into the back of the net, and Dreams might have been right about now a goal down.
Manaf losing out to Dreams FC. Atta also gets possession. Now Afutu. Edu. Afutu goes down.
Was kicked.
Not too sure what happened to him, but then you see him holding that ankle of his.
Afutu there. It's not deliberate from Fahadu, but it steps on the back of his leg. It can be painful when the thoughts is going right into it. Sharp pain, I'm sure it's gone now. You can continue.
Amankwa. Barnier. Masaudu, that's all to win the ball for Dreams, and Issa goes down from the challenge of Sapon as a foul for Dreams FC.
Sapon. It's not the player you are going to associate with tackling and winning balls. He loves to be on the ball rather than chase it.
Ibrahim shot is blocked by his own player who saved. Now Hatsaboka has the opportunity to tear away Razak. Barnier touched to Sapon. Now here is Edu. Victor Edu finds Patrick Razak. Flag stays down. That's all to go past Odro. He goes down. Referee's not interested in any call. Now Okram. Benjamin Afutu for Hatzabok. He's giving away possession to Odro. Now here's Okram. He's safe. Barnier plays a beautiful 1-2 with Manaf. And again, Dreams FC, they've been resolute at the back, taking no chances. Now Afutu trying to pick out Fatal with that long ball. He does not to find his captain. Fatal was trying to go past his marker, but he lost possession in the process, and Dreams have a free kick. Ibrahim Issa, anytime he tears away, there's only one thing you do to stop him, to foul him.
And again, it's Mitchell Sapon on him again. Because Fatal Mohammed was in that area, he wasn't tracking back, so Mitchell had to deal with him. But there's the incident. Not sure why this is not a foul, because your man doesn't really get anywhere near the ball on that occasion. It's the heel of Patrick Razak that he catches that. Razak goes down. The referee sees what we just saw. I'm sure he blows the whistle for a foul. But the ball was there to be won. Razak was favourite to the ball before the collision.
Sapon seems to be suffering from a knock. Facial expression tells it all.
Another player wasn't be lucky with injuries over the last 2 years. Great quality, lovely left foot. He's got an eye for the goal. He can pick a pass. He's a great athlete, but not been blessed with, or not been lucky with injuries in recent years.
28 minutes in Dew. Dreams nil, Hearts nil. Emmanuel Okran. Now Fahadu. Trying to look for Issa Ibrahim, and Fatal is first to the ball. That's what to keep the ball with the pressure from Issa. Gets a goal kick. Clever from the captain.
Clever done. He actually thought he was going to see the ball cross the line, but there wasn't much pace on it, so he had to deal with it himself, and he's wanted to see a goal kick from an angle where it could have been trouble for them. He's done well.
Bar 4. Ejeni Boateng controls beautifully. Now Fahadu, just across the face of the Hatzabok 80-yard box, with nobody popping up to pounce on it for Dreams. That ball from Fahadu, was good.
Yeah, it's a ball that it plays into an area where the goalkeeper can't come and collect it. Any of the attackers making that run and taking that risk.
Here's who's safe. Manages to still hang on to possession now for Hadu. Throwing for Dreams. Bar 4, under no pressure, gives the ball away. It's 30 minutes on the clock. Dreams nil, Hearts nil in Dew. Ibrahim Issa. Flag goes up against Ejeni Boateng. It's offside. Odro goes down. Time for Agbasi to gulp down some water, having made that save from that drive from Fatal. So Denchi, in the process of winning possession, must have stepped on the legs of Odro. So Maxwell Arthur wants to hear what about Sam Obodu is telling Manaf.
Yeah, and Boedu is saying it straight into the eardrum so that Arthur doesn't get to hear a word of it.
Here's Daniel Barnier. Patrick Razak swings one across the face of the box. Headed down by Edu, now Afutu. And Okra will take possession from Afutu. He gets fouled and it's a free kick for Dreams.
Yeah, well done by Okra. He did well to track back. Every manager would love to see his attacking players tracking back to help him defend, and then it's Afutu on the other hand that is keeping an eye on him, and in their own half, Okra has tracked back to help him defend and picked up a very good position as well.
Precious Boa, the black lights attacker with that magical left foot. You could be called upon any time on your extreme left.
Such quality over dead balls, such neatness and such sweetness in the way he strikes it. Doesn't matter the range, doesn't matter the distance. He just has something special in his legs when he's striking them from set pieces.
Sule's header out for a throw into Dreams FC. Danteni Amadu has been smiling all afternoon. Watching on with a very serious looking Issa Yakubu. got a big duty today to keep Ejenim Boateng quiet. Foul for Hatzavok, Maxwell Atta, the culprit. So
yeah, he's got a hand in his back. It's a foul.
Amankwa steps up for the free kick again. Swings one in, headed down by Masaudu. Now Youssef. Puts one through for Ejenim Boateng. Some good interception from Nuru Sule. Clever defending. Now Fatau. Trying to get to Barnier. Masaudu goes in with a challenge on Barnier. It's a good call. He could have avoided that contact.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. I thought here it's shoulder to shoulder with him. Just keep the pressure. It just goes into his man, not looking at the ball, always trying to take his man out, and referee gets a spot on there. It's a foul. It's a dangerous play actually. There you see it. Just going for his man, not the ball.
William Denchi to effect the free kick for Hearts of Oak. These guys are looking on him in anticipation of something just to happen. Denchi swings one in, headed down by Odro. Amankwa tries the overhead kick. Now Patrick Razak goes down, free kick. Maxwell Atta again, the culprit, right before the eyes of the referee. Spot on.
Yeah, Patrick Razak did well here because the ball wasn't coming down like he would have loved. Did well to improvise, to turn and to try and find space, but Arthur comes in and to apply that touch on him, and he's always looking for it. Patrick Razak, he's not going to dive at it, but once he feels the contact and he knows that it's in a decent area, he will go down.
35 minutes. Free kick for Hearts of Oak. From the Theatre of Dreams in Dewu. Atta, Bafo, Masaudu, Fahadu, all of them have gathered in that box of Dreams FC in a bid to stop this free kick. Agbesi is staying attentive. Edu, not powerful enough to go past those defenders. Okran. Now Ejenim Boateng. Atta. He's safe. Puts one through for Ejenim Boateng. He goes down. Free kick. Nuru Sule. He gets a yellow for that tackle on the striker. And I see Atta telling the referee Sule should be sent off because he's the last man.
It'll be interesting to see if he is. He's nowhere near being the last man. There's Denchi, there's Fatal. But that is a foul. And that was lovely work between the two strikers and Youssef and Ejenim Boateng. The movement from Ejenim Boateng was good. Yusuf's pass to put him through the channel was great, and that was because the two centre-backs of Fatafuk were tucked in too high up the pitch and the full-backs were drawn in, so there was that space in between them and the space in behind them, so that is where they picked out, and now they've got a free kick where they might just be testing the goalkeeper. On the other hand, Hatfield had a free kick and was poorly executed by Victor Edu. Can they make it count now, Dreams FC?
37 minutes. An opportunity to go ahead, Dreams FC. They have a free kick. Once they have the men to execute it, they should be making this count. Fahadu, he's safe. Okran, I see Okran walking away. Allows Ali Husseif to effect it. So the wall must be stepping back a bit. Distractions from referee Boris in the door. Hussein delivers straight into the human wall. Issa Ibrahim. That ball to Hussein. He couldn't control it. Saoudu's header down. Fahadu. Ejenim Watson flicks it, but there's nobody as Fatal gets the ball out for Hatsabok. Sapon. Fatal to Barnier. Trying to locate Patrick Rozak with that ball on his chest. And in the process, Sapon fouls Masaudu for a free kick advantage, Dreams FC.
Yeah, we chose Sapon again. It's the third time that he's brought his man down. He must be careful with going into these tackles now. If he's not sure he's going to get to the ball, there's no need in committing the foul there. I thought the Dreams FC player had lost the ball when Manav was arriving. Had it not been the foul, maybe Hatsafok could have had the ball again deep in the half of Dreams FC.
Abdullah Ibrahim again with another howler. Remember, he gave his goalkeeper a poor pass in the last couple of minutes, nearly resulted in a goal and was saved by Masaudu. Now Razak to Sapon. That pass from Fahadu is meant for Hussein, but Amankwa tidies up well for the Phobians. What happened to Caleb?
About to Kebabo, to be fair to him.
Ejenim. Fahadu. Ibrahim. Again, that ball from Ibrahim. Not good enough. He goes down after that challenge from Sapon and he gets the advantage.
Sapon just backs into him a bit. He's not looking at jumping, Sapon. Just checks into his man a bit.
It's 40 minutes already here. 5 more minutes before the break and it's Dreams FC 0, Hatsabok 0. Ukran and Ejenim Boateng behind it. Ejenim to Issa Ibrahim. That challenge from Fatah was necessary. It slowed the pace of that ball to Ben Mensah.
I was wondering if there's a high foot there. Luckily for him, he got something on the ball. Now the ball again as it goes over the head of the captain Fatah, but that's what to recover. Yeah, the foot is high. It's quite high, but credit to his man. He doesn't make the most of it, like, play acting.
Saudu Abdullah for Hussein, but he goes down as Odro sends a cross in. Is dealt with by Caleb Amankwa. Not too sure whether that was what Maxwell Arthur intended to do, but luckily enough, the ball falls to his goalkeeper from that head, Alves. So Edu heads one onto the part of Daniel Barnier, but Philemon Balfour does what to recover. So they played together in Mauritania. Barnier was his captain at the under-20, but he won't give him any chance to go past him this afternoon. Okran, lovely work, he tries to go past two Hatsabok players. He did go past Afutu, but Sapon won't allow himself to be beaten. Now Balfour. Is Nuru Sule up against Ejenim Boateng again. Free kick for Hatsabok. Ejenim Boateng is unhappy. Decision has gone against him, but Nuru Sule did well to just stay calm and composed.
Yeah, sure. Restrained there, but Ejenim Boateng, That is the hand. Once the hand comes across the man's body, seems to be trying to pull him.
Okra is first to the ball at the expense of Afutu. Now Caleb returns it into the Dreams territory, but Agbasi won't be troubled. Both teams having created clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities in the opening 43 minutes. Yet, handball against Fahadu.
Yeah, but for that moment where Bani Press, the goalkeeper, had an open goal and was well cleared and was seen by Masaudu. Not really seen, especially. Yeah, that was a handball from Jenny Boat, but I've not seen him and it's the Fahadu, I should say. I've not seen Dreams FC causing too much trouble to Ben Mensah. I mean, Fatah stung the hands of the goalkeeper there, Agbasi, for her to fook. That's just been about it.
Fatah Mohammed, Patrick Razak, up against Fahadu. Good play from Hart. Manaf finds Razak. Afutu. Now Barnier. Sweet ball looking for Manaf. He gets him, he cuts one across, but Buffo is at the right place at the right time and Edu was lurking around.
Yeah, that was nicely worked by Hatzafuk. Good thinking there from Manaf, trying to find Victor Edu. Buffo had read the situation, got himself in a place where he could get to the ball first before Edu.
Atta, that's what to find Okran. Now Odro. Okran, lovely 10, sends the shot in! Very close. Emmanuel Okran, 2 minutes additional time. Nearly put Dreams FC ahead.
Yeah, lovely use of the body there. Just to let the ball roll past his body before using his left. The manner in which he did. Took a slight deflection, that's why it wasn't on target. It's a good effort.
45 minutes, 2 minutes of additional time. It's a corner for Dreams and Okran delivers. That's a flick away from Fatah, the captain. Now Bani is brought down by Fahadu. Free kick for Hatsabo. Fahadu will get a yellow for that challenge. Bani was almost tearing away from him. Yellow for Fahadu Suleiman.
Yeah. They took that one for the team in trying to stop the counter-attack in football. Remember, they had a set piece and Bani was tearing away. So it's one that is bringing him down to stop the attack. Bold enough for Hatzafuk.
We've done 1 minute of the 2 additional minutes. And here is Hatzabok's William Denchi. That's the whistle for the first half. First half has ended goalless here in Deu. Hatsabok and Dreams FC. Not a half of so many clear-cut goal scoring opportunities created by the sides. Agbesi has been called to duty. Masaudu made a goal line clearance. And that has been the highlight of this first half here. With halftime score, Dreams 0, Hearts 0. Hatsabok Dreams FC squaring it off here at the theatre of Dreams in Deu. Has returning from Karela with that point. And Michel Sapon, early indication of what they intended to do. Found Razak, whose cross headed down by Edu. Not so much power in direction for that header.
Yeah, it was a poor attempt to it because I thought he should have done a lot better with it. Wasn't distracted or whatsoever. I'm not sure why he wants to head it down. Head it right back into the net.
So that's the poor pass from Abdullah Ibrahim, and Agbasi couldn't deal with it. Well, Bani had a gaping net, but that clearance from Masaudu, brilliant stuff.
Poor back pass to the goalkeeper, but credit to Bani. He didn't give up on the chase, he didn't give up on the press, and almost got himself a goal for a reward. Masaudu was there to say no, sorry, but I had to clear my lines, and he did well as well, Masaudu, to read the situation and get and apply the technique with which he used in clearing the ball. Brilliant stuff.
He saved Dreams FC, and Fatal with this belter, and Agbasi, it was coming in his direction, so if he had been beating it, it would have been surprising.
Yeah. Expect the goalkeeper to make that save, but look at Fatal latching onto it the way he did. There was a lot of power behind it, but right down the middle where the goalkeeper was standing, comfortable.
Ibrahim came in with this late one, but Fatal had to go in and interrupt him. And Manaf picking up this pass from Barnier, sends a shot across, but Balfour, right place, right time to get Dreams FC going into the break without conceding. At halftime, it's goalless with 50% possession apiece. One shot on goal for Dreams, 2 for Hartsavok, 3 corners for Hartsavok, 15 fouls committed by the home side. And halftime score here in Deu, Dreams 0, Hearts 0. Back for second half action here at the Theatre of Dreams in Daewoo. A goalless first half with Asavok the better of the two sides in terms of the chances that came their way, but they didn't make those chances count. We are back for second half action and Dreams FC will get the second half underway. Masaudu.
Yeah, the first half, Dreams FC started slowly. The back five, at some point, back three, were not too comfortable with the system. But they grew into the game. As the game went on, for Hearts of Oak, they need to find some conviction about the attack. They get into very good attacking positions, but the final ball, the final decision making sometimes let them down. The game is still there to be won. It's goalless, 45 minutes to play.
There's all to play for. Astenchi picks up the ball from Mensah. Looking for Barnier. Masaudu fouls Barnier in that aerial challenge. Virch disagrees with the decision of the referee. So there you go.
Yeah. Again, I understand why, because there is a match. What else can the defender Masaudu do there? He's climbed and he's looking at winning the ball. Barnier doesn't compete for the area at all.
Afutu delivers straight to Agbasi. Kaliba Mankwa.
That was cutely done.
Now Futu spotted the round of Bani again. He's got Masaudu. Now Razak. Just another opportunity. He's up against Isa Ibrahim. Now Fatal. Emmanuel Okran will take matters up for Dreams FC. Now is Isa Ibrahim. Looking for Ejenim Boatin. Nuru Sule is first to the ball. And the centre back has kicked the ball out.
Safety first. Complains that San maybe was on the side. Yeah, there you see him. Couldn't quite clearly judge the flight of the ball when it was coming right to that awkward touch and had to put it out of touch.
Fahadu. Bafo. Poor attempt from Bafo. Some good pressing from Dreams FC. Azovok would want to play at the back, but Dreams would always be looking forward to pouncing on those loose balls and empty spaces. Sule. Kaliba Mankwa. Fatal Mohammed. Now Dreams will take possession now here. It's safe. That pass to Ejenim Boatin. Not well read. Denchi. Victor Edu. Afutu to Denchi. Zak is beaten to the ball by Isa Ibrahim. Afutu to O2. Now Fatal again. They don't get it right with their passing. Here is Isa Ibrahim. Lovely footwork from the left winger. Fatal has gone in and he's disrupted him and the ball has fell to Amankwa, who finds Razak. Now it's Edu. Afutu puts one through looking for Manaf. Now Denchi to Manaf. There's a good pass. He's got Barnier. Left-footed drive. Flag had already gone up. It's offside against Barnier.
The Manaf this spot the run of Barnier, but Barnier has strayed offside. Just couldn't quite check his run. Just couldn't quite bend his run and stay onside. Though you see him. Yeah, it's off. Even from here, you can see it. Tried to hit it first time, but by that time, the flag had already gone up.
Masaudu is beaten to the ball by Barnier, but it's cleared away by Abdullahi. Here is Afutu. Now Victor Dro is steering away. He's brought down by Nuru Sule. He gets the decision in his favor. Free kick for Dreams FC. 50 minutes in Daewoo.
Interesting to see what decision the referee takes here, because he's steering away from Nuru Sule, who's already on a yellow card, and Nuru Sule is not getting to the ball, just brings his man down, and that could very well be a yellow card offense. Yeah.
So it's a red card.
Yeah.
Second yellow for Nuru Sule, and it's a matching of orders.
Yeah.
Not a strange decision.
Not at all. I'm not surprised. Nuru Sule was always struggling to get there. Victor Dro was powering past him, and he already was in the book. So getting the yellow card in the first half, and this is a very much a second yellow card offense. Referee gets the spot on. It's a right decision. You know, as bad as it is for a Hartlepool fan or a Hartlepool player, it is the right decision. He's not getting to the ball. Look at him now, bringing his band down. See, look at all day long. Fortunately for him, he's already been in the books of the referee, and that's terrible now for Hearts of Oak.
Hearts of Oak, a man down, and is a centre back. How they are able to reshuffle the personnel and tweak the tactics will be interesting to find out. He's still on the pitch, Nuru Sule. Surprised by the decision.
There are no surprises here. He's put himself into trouble. You know.
Issa Yakub is watching on together with Sarkodie. Until recently was regular centre back for Dreams FC. Issa. Nuru Sule can't believe he's exiting at this stage. He brought it onto himself, Nuru Sule. At least from the dressing room, he should have had at the back of his mind he was on a yellow, but it was always going to happen. With the pacey nature of this Dreams FC attack, you got to be extra careful if you're dealing with them. Furious Samuel Brody. It's obvious why he's
I'm not sure who he's furious with, but it's the referee, because I think the referee got his spot on. It's a booking. The referee didn't give him a straight red card. That must be clear. It is a yellow card from that offense. The referee gets it right on that occasion. I'm not sure why Nuru is still hanging around on the pitch. As a professional footballer, these are the incidents where this is the first yellow card. Yeah, right there where Jenny Boateng was going past him, and then he did pull him back there. And this one's the second one. Book calls are right. Book calls are yellow card offenses, and the referee gets both of them spot on. And again, like I said, he's played himself into trouble. And this again happened because, you know,
Dreams FC, that's the first goal. They're up by 1-0. Hussein Ali has put Dreams FC ahead. 53 minutes here at the Theatre of Dreams, and the dream of bagging the 3 points is alive as Dreams FC go up by 1-0 against the Phobians.
And just when Hearts of Oak are down by a man, Dreams are up by a goal. It's a delicious ball into the box, into the far side. The marking is poor by Hearts of Oak. Wondering if Nuru Sule's absence is the reason why they couldn't organize themselves. And look at the marking there. Great save to begin with by the goalkeeper. Not great.
He had a head on it and got a rebound. Nobody to clear the line.
He should be able to parry there a lot better. I mean, second look at it, I think goalkeeper should be doing better with that. Just put it back into the danger zone, and the striker with a hand for the rebound, and he scored it.
Manaf is bitten to the ball, and decision goes.
They're going to be disappointed with the goal that they've conceded here, especially at a time where they've just had a man sent off. Normally, you want to keep the game in a balance, but to concede right after having a man sent off, you can't be disappointed. And Ben question marks about goalkeeping there from Ben Mensah. Could he have done better with the first attempt to save the ball?
Dreams FC up by 1 goal against Hearts of Oak. It's 1-0 here. 55 minutes. Ali Hussein, the goal scorer, connecting with a header from Emmanuel Okra's free kick, saved by Ben Mensah, followed up with a rebound into the roof of the net, and Dreams FC hang on to that 1-0 lead. So you expect Samuel Brody to respond after Nuru Sule's red card. So that's the assistant coach Obin Hamza having some talk with Mohamed Al Hassan, likely to come in partner Caliber Mankwa at the back. AJ Watson against Afutu. He slots into that role for the meantime.
Yeah. Again, as that red card was flashed, you wonder if, the delay actually got Hartlepool to switch off a bit. You got a defending from the set piece. From where I said, it's a poor one. It really was. The marking wasn't there on the far post. It was a free header in the end.
Amankwa has headed onto the part of Odro. He's up against William Denchi. He sets up Bafo, who swings one in, Hussein Alice onto it. It's a goal kick. So Manaf will be sacrificed for Mohamed Al Hassan to come in and tighten the back after the red card to Nuru Sule.
Yeah, so straight away, I think you're going to see Mitchell's up on dropping right alongside Afutu in midfield, and now you see Patrick Razak and Bani also dropping, and Victor Edu will be left alone up front. Bani and Razak will providing the support. It's not going to be an easy task here, or perhaps Razak could be the number 9 with his pace to cause trouble.
Here is Issa Ibrahim. Quick feet, sends a cross deep in. Ali Youssef's header. This time, they're in trouble, Ben Mensah. Barnier lays one for Edu.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a fan of this. It's a shame when I see it at this level. It's 8 minutes on the clock, and when footballers try to feel like waste time, it needs to be better. It doesn't show great sportsmanship for me, if you ask me. But Dreams FC have got a golden opportunity here to go on and claim all the 3 points. It will be a huge, huge victory for them, and Hearts have got all the work to do.
Dreams are 7th on the league log with 31 points. They move level on points with Hartlepool with this win. 8 wins so far in the season with 7 draws and 6 losses. They've scored 29 goals. This is their 30th goal of the season for Dreams FC. The man who had a chunk of those goals, Alex Joseph Esso, has left town for Algeria. But they are still in the business of trying to get their season back on track. Dreams FC. Issa Ibrahim can control the ball as a throw-in. Vladislav Veric will be excited with this win if it stays this way against the big guns in Ghana football. Here is Caleb Amankwa. Now William Denchi. Barnier is beaten to the ball by Maxwell Arta. Bafo gets a free kick.
Hearts must, one of themselves against any desperation there, because they must try to gain their composure. Big passes here and there, get some control of the game. At the moment, they're not getting any control of the ball. It's Dreams FC who are looking at playing them to trouble.
Now Sapon. Is it a yellow? Abdullah Ibrahim. Handball. Deliberate handball.
Well, the hand was stretched. As to whether it came off the hand or it came off the sleeve side of his jersey is another one that we'll see from here. There, I'm not sure it's a handball.
No.
Yeah, it's not a handball. Yeah,
to call.
He doesn't. Oh, okay. From this look, the difficult one to look from 2 different angles. Yeah. One angle doesn't tell it's a handball.
Shows it's a handball.
The second angle tells that it's a handball, and the referee gets a spot. So it's lucky not to be in the booth, because from that second angle, it didn't really look like it was a deliberate attempt to block the ball from going past him. It's a lucky boy.
So Morrison Esoedo walking onto the touchline. His 40 referee has a word for him. Together with the assistant referee 1.
It's good to see match officials communicating in this manner to make sure that they get the right things done.
Fatal delivers, but hey, this is not good enough from the captain. Now Caleb Avankwa to Moa Hassan. Lovely pass to Patrick Razak. Masaudu read the situation well and came in with that interception. Ejeni Mboatin up against Mohamed Al Hassan. He's going to be safe in the box. And Mohamed Al Hassan stops Ejeni, but is still forced to Okran. Now Issa Ibrahim for Victor Drew. It's a goal kick.
And the one-man advantage is beginning to tell. Look at the spaces where Dreams FC find Victor Drew. Nobody really closing down on him. Bani is the closest to him. He has the time to take a touch and steady himself before unleashing the strike. Unfortunately, it's not on target for him, and you're going to see a lot of this as the game wears on. Hatzafuk and a man down, they're going to be playing a little bit tired at some point. But the question would be, can Dreams make it count? Can they get a second goal to put the game beyond the reach of the Phobians?
Here is Fatal Mohammed, now Michel Sapon. Ben Mensah, he saved his approach and he gets it away. Okran. Now here is Odro. He wants to go by the side of Denchi now. Dreams FC, Fahadu, Ibrahim, Arthur. Who's safe? Flag goes up. That's Fahadu right there, caught in that trap. Dreams take possession from Hatzabok, but Mohamed Al Hassan comes in to intercept that ball from Abdullah Ibrahim. Sapon, Amankwa, Denchi, he's brought down. Sapon, Fahadu, Suleimana the culprit.
And that player wants to be careful. It's already in the books of the referee. The referee already given a second yellow card. Temptation to book another player who's committing similar offenses would be high. I wonder if he'll be on the minds of the coach, Verich. He has to make that change.
Emmanuel Nete might be the second Azabok player to be introduced by the technical team to show up that midfield of theirs.
I think he'll be coming on for Michel Sapon. He needs another fresh leg in midfield.
Bani has fallen so deep. Moa Hassan, Fatal Mohammed. Fatal finds Daniel Barnier. Then she saw the advancing Odro. It had to be quick enough. Now Fatal. Sapon. Poor pass from the captain. Maxwell Arthur weaving his way into the Haas territory. He's stubborn. Sapon finds more Haas and he gives possession to Dreams FC. Now Maxwell Arthur. Fahadu. Haas on the move now. Daniel Barnier. Patrick Razak is up there on his right, but he decides to go on the left and find Victor Edu. Sapon. Denchi with a cross in, and Fatah Mohammed, just when you felt something positive was coming, Fatah fluffs that opportunity. So that's the header from Hussein, and the rebound expertly converted.
It was a good header. But Mensah just couldn't gather it like he would have loved, or couldn't get enough power on his parry to send it away from danger area. I fell back into the man who followed up on it to make it count, and his job is done today. I mean, he can't play any parts anymore. We're hoping the rest of the lads on the pitch can do the job. But back to the earlier chance that Hartlepool had, it was an impressive play from them. Worked the ball well into Denchi, who actually picked out Fatah Mohammed. It's one fullback to the other fullback. Tells you how much Hartlepool have got in them, in attacking, the numbers they can find in attacking areas. If they can be clinical, they might get the equalizer, but they must start putting those half chances away. Yeah, and that you see, it's Denchu makes the overlapping run into this space, and Michel Sapon finds a little drive through and plays him through. Fatah's arriving on the other end, gets on the end of the ball, but it's always leaning back at the time he's kicking, and he's carrying it. It's a chance.
Chance gone. Hatzabok, a goal down and a man down. Here is Edu. Razak is interested, but Asaudu first to the ball. He goes for safety first. Denchi. Now Barney free. Dantani. First touch. Flag goes up against Sejenin Boateng.
Yeah, Dantani, another player who can score when he's in the right move. It's the glorious chance. The last time out they played against Hartlepool in Accra. You wonder if it's on his mind.
Daniel Barnes, 46 play to Fatah, who kills a beautiful cross in. Denchi, headed down by Masaudu.
That from Barnier was a shot to turn out to be a beautiful pass to Fatah on the other side.
Missed kick that resulted in a beautiful pass. Afutu is making way for Nete, like for like.
Yeah. He still wants to keep the more attacking players on the pitch. That's why he's got Michel Sapon on there, Patrick Razak, Adrian Barnier. I thought Afutu played well today.
"70 minutes. Dreams FC 1, Hearts Sobok 0. Fatah Al Hassan, Nete, Denchi to Razak. Balfour is calm. He collects it from Razak, puts one in, looking for the run of Ejenin Boateng, but it falls to Ben Mensah, who picks up Nete. Okran, oh lovely, goes past Barney and Nete, goes down, free kick for Dreams.
Yeah, it's Nete who was kicking him, wasn't it? Yeah, that Barney also catches him before Nete eventually gets to the ball. I mean, for Dreams, they've surrounded the ball to Accra Hartlepool the last couple of minutes, and they must regain the control of the ball. They have the more numbers, try to move the ball from one end to the other, ask Hartlepool to run, because they are down by a man and they can wear them down.
Here's Daniel Barnier. This unpardonable.
Trying to catch the goalkeeper from there, Barney is going to take something very special from you to do it. It's not that simple. So the goalkeeper off the line was trying the long one over the top and down. The goalkeeper didn't even get close to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper actually had to move to the ball. That's how poor it was. It's a great kick.
Yeah, and Udro was showing desire, but he won't get to the ball. Here is Denchi. Okran is offside. One of the brightest spots for Dreams FC this afternoon, Emmanuel Okran. Now Kaleba Mankwa for Hatsabo. Kaleba's gifted possession. Here is Detani Amadu. They conspire to give away the ball to Hatsabo. Here is Daniel Barnier. He's got Maxwell Arthur racing behind him now. Here is Sapon. Looking for a through pass to find Patrick Razak, but Bafo had been excellent all afternoon. He goes down, his captain brought him down. His captain had under 20, but he won't get a foul on that. Edu, fouled by Udro. Free kick for Hatsabok.
Yeah, Udro kicks him in the back. Yeah, there is a reckless challenge. Again, a lucky boy not to be in the books of the referee. It's cynical. Really cynical to just kick your man in the back in the manner. The boy is not there. He's not even looking for the ball. He's just looking at going in and bringing his man down.
Emmanuel Netes free kick. Ball finds Fatal. He's up against Ibrahim. His cross is taken care of, but Michel Sapon will pounce on it. Fatal does well to hang on, sends the cross in. Header away by Abdullahi. Now Dentani up against Barnier. To defend so well, Danny Barnier.
Yeah. He had to get his spot on. He had to get the tackle spot on. Dentani was almost about to tear past him, and he did get everything on the ball. Still didn't give up on it.
Yes, he wanted to clear it with a bicycle kick. 75 minutes in Dew. Dreams 1. Hearts 0. Hearts of Oka playing with a numerical disadvantage because Nuru Sule got 2 yellow cards and was subsequently matched off. So Amankwa has a new partner in Mohamed Al Hassan, who came in to replace Manaf Umar. A change not really planned, but had to be done because of the red card.
I must say, has to be disappointed that they considered right at the time where they had the red card, but ever since they've done well to regain some superiority in the game. You know, they've looked more threatening than their opponents. And that is what we impress the manager, but he will be disappointed that they considered a goal right after they got the red card.
Here is Fatal. Now Moa Hassan to Kalibamankwa. Tenchi. Razak. Handball against Emmanuel Okran. Dreams have a man down again. So Patrick Razak goes off for Isaac Mensah.
Another attacking threat they got in him, Isaac Mensah. Signaling maybe they're going to go with two men up front together with Victor Adi. The two of them will be hoping to, make something happen for Hartlepool. Just up on Banye. Nete now will be in midfield to try and provide the support.
Clock is fast ticking. Against the wishes of the Phobians as they trail Dreams here in Dew by 1-0. Huge result for Dreams FC if it ends this way. They'll make a major leap on the league log. Fatah Mohammed places himself into trouble. Lucky to get a decision his way.
And that's Fatah. I'm not sure he needs to go in the manner in which he went, but Fatah was going nowhere. He had another man to support him in trying to claim the ball from Fatah. Whereas Hartlepool now pouring forward. They must be careful about what they leave behind because Dreams have got some pace in them.
Here is Sapon. Now Issa Ibrahim will pick it up for Dreams FC. Dentony shows interest, but he's offside.
Going for broke now, Hartlepool. Everybody's been thrown forward there. We've only the two centre halves now in the defensive areas.
Mensah, Barnier. Now Fatah will pick it up for the Phobians. With that through pass, he finds Barnier, who spotted the run of Sapon. But Dreams will defend well now. Barnier with one in the box, headed away by Bafo. Nete now for Hearts. We're into the last 11 minutes. Edu controls well. Trying to set up Caleb Amankwa, but Okra skips past Amankwa and Nete to the rescue of the Phobians. Job done, 0. After all the turnaround, he gives possession. Now Dentony to Okran. Okran has spotted Ejenim Boateng, who is offside.
If Dreams can just hold the line a bit, if they can time their runs a bit and get past the back line of Hartlepool, they can find some joy because they are so high up the pitch. I mean, let's not forget Caleb Amankwa himself is on a yellow card from that first half. He has to be careful with the tackles that he's coming with. Look at the spaces in between the two centre halves. That is where Dreams can hurt them. They can time those runs and play those good balls through them. They can find the second and kill the tie.
It's 80 minutes. Has trailed Dreams 1-0. Bafo has been splendid at right back for Dreams FC. Nete. Rodrigo is first to the ball before Denji could pose any threat. Sylvester Simba will come in to replace Ejenim Boateng Mensah.
Yeah, it's another day with a goal for him, but we'll be happy with the shift he put in there. He worked hard. He did run there, and the referee give him a little shove that, come on, boy, get off the pitch, let's play the football.
Mensah. So the new man committing a foul in his first action in the game. Simba. Hatzabok have won 3 times and lost once and drawn once in their last 5 games. Netted delivers. Mohamed had a header, but not too powerful. Now Dentani. Okran. Lovely pass. He's found Simba Sylvester. Now draw. Right place, right time.
I'm not sure why I would do those outside of him other than inside, but there's so much space inside heading into the box than outside. But again, goes outside of Simba, who eventually picks him up, but it's a difficult one that he was trying to do instead of going on the inside and getting straight into the box.
Okran to effect the corner. Okran bends one in. He goes out for a goal kick after Abdullahi had a header flying high.
And that's the corner into the near post. It was going to be difficult to get any meaningful header that can trouble the goalkeeper from there.
Mohamed Al Hassan don't want any problems as Dentani advances. He has set out for a throw-in for Dreams FC. 7 more minutes to 90 minutes. Has down by 1 goal and down by 1 man. That red card to Nuru Sule. And that goal from Ali Husseif separates the 2 sides. Dreams have a man down again. It's Abdullahi. Ibrahim, the centre back, he's struggling to get on his feet. He should be fine now.
There's another man down.
And that's Ibrahim. And Fatao will turn into the physio.
Well, they have the lead. Trying to get some seconds off the clock, maybe. And that's the lead that they had. Yeah, that was a good lead, but where was the marking on the far post? No marking, the poor defending.
Exposed the goalkeeper.
And Ben Mensah also couldn't gather it too well, fell back into his path, but credit to the goal scorer there. He was on hand to follow up on it and had an easy tap in once the ball had ricocheted or bounced off the goalkeeper. And it's what separates the 2 sides now. Dreams FC know they've got a little under 5 minutes to kill the tie, together with additional time, of course, to get all 3 points against Hartlepool. And maybe Hartlepool have the same amount of time to also salvage something from this game.
5 minutes plus additional time to wrap it up here in Deu. And Barnier finds Nete. Sapon. Barnier. Sapon. Denchi's cross in. Is a corner.
Sure why Mitchell Sapon didn't go with a strike with his left foot. Barnier as well.
86 minutes, Hearts of a corner. So Issa Yakub is coming in to replace Emmanuel Okran. It's very obvious Dreams FC wants to get on a defensive mission. Issa Yakubu is a centre back. And he's taking out his most creative player for a central defender with 4 minutes to go. Virtue has some instructions for Issa before he steps in. Good game for Okran.
It's always a risk when you're making substitution during set pieces.
Fatal swings one in straight to Agbasi. 87 minutes. Kaleba Mankwa trying to pick out Isaac Mensah, but that ball has gone straight to Solomon Agbasi. Odro. Simba. Dreams FC, can they get a second? That's some great interception from the captain Fatah Mohammed. Dentani was smelling the goal, decided to go for that opportunity, but Fatah did well to close in on him.
And Fatah did well to read the situation, read the danger, to also get into the position to cut it out. Dentani didn't even see him coming, he just got across him and got a block in. That could have been game set and done there.
Still more to play for here in Daewoo. 2 minutes to 90 minutes. Hearts of Oak down by 1-0. Their 6th defeat of the season is staring at them in the face. Simba delivers the corner for Dreams. Headed away by Moa Hassan. The decision has instead gone in favor of Dreams FC. And Fatah will question referee Edo Morrison. 89 minutes. Saudi. Good touch from Odro, looking for Simba. Banamakwa does well to find Michel Sarpon. He's fouled by Maxwell Arthur. Free kick for Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, Michel Sarpon there driving through. There's a collision there. It's Arthur again that brings him down for the foul. It's an opportunity for Hearts of Oak to throw bodies forward and send in a long one and see if anybody can get something on it.
7 minutes of additional time. 90 minutes up already here in Daewoo. Amankwa. Now Dinchi. Mensah. Back to Dinchi, who lines up trying to send a cross, but he's unable as he brings it back to Nete. He prefers to go for the long throw. Header down, and as some confident defending from Abdullah Ibrahim.
Yeah, it was a good throw in there, lovely flick on into a very good area, but nobody there for Hearts of Oak to cause problems for Dreams FC. The flick on from Mensah was into a good area.
Agbasi. Now Mensah His efforts not enough to trouble the Dreams goalkeeper.
I see again, it's not the first time in this game that it's had to be hurried. He was a lot better this time. He got the clearance, so I feel like the pass away.
Nete. Looking for Mensah, but Agbasi is first to the ball. 2 minutes of additional time done already. So
that's the earlier incident here. Another back pass to him.
It's the same player that gave him the pass in the first half.
This pass is a lot better. It's the touch that lets him down, but I mean, he covers well to send it over to his player.
Lucky Agbasi. Push on Barney by Maxwell Arthur. But he's asking his men to move into enemy territory, so he leaves it for Caliber Mankwa. Corner kick for Hearts of Oak. Dreams mustn't take things for granted. They could be punished. Hearts of Oak never say die. They still believe they can get the equalizer with 4 of the stoppage time remaining. Corner delivered. Nobody to the end of it for the Phobians.
That's a poor corner kick there. You have to put it in an area where the players can compete, but I'm surprised that Someone didn't go take that one for an in-swinger than an out-swinger. When he's swinging in that manner, it's always bending towards goal. The least touch already takes it towards goal.
Goalkeeper Solomon Agbasi will need some attention, some treatment. He's gone down again. For the third time he's gone down in this afternoon's game. The other one, it wasn't an injury to him. He got the ball and decided to play the antics of making some minutes while away, some seconds while away, I should say. Very good goalkeeper, Agbasi. He's displaced Sarkodie and Armour to make the number 1 position his. Disappointing traces of Ado Ai. A lot running through their mind. The journey to Accra will be much longer for them, and Razak. Disappointment drawn all over his face. Yes, Mensah didn't keep the one in place. The Dreams FC corner.
Becoming increasingly unlikely that Hearts to get anything away from this game, but the way Dreams have tried to manage it. So it's difficult with a man down. You're not in a hurry at all to get a game to restart Dreams, and you can understand why.
Corner for Dreams FC in stoppage time of the second half. Yellow card for Simba. He's taking all the time to take the corner kick. His body language told it all. Confirmation of that yellow card. Simba Sylvester. And here is Simba in the box of Atsabok, and that's the second. Dreams FC have killed the game here. It's 2-0 for Dreams. The man who came off the bench, Simba Sylvester, has made it 2. It's now sealed. It's over. Hatzabok, no turning back, no turning point. It's over.
Yeah, there was never any doubts about the results here. Here's the answer. No doubts about it. Simba, how did he squeeze the ball through? The poor goalkeeping there by Ben Mensah. There's no way in a million years the ball should be beating the goalkeeper from that angle. They should be doing better. They should be protecting the near post. Doesn't do enough. Ball just goes past him as if it's not there. And it is a poor goal to concede. From Hartlepool's perspective, it is a glorious one to score. From Dreams FC's perspective, should be game over.
It's certainly game over. Not even a miracle can save the Phobians from defeat. They've been beaten by Dreams FC. All eyes on this man to blow his whistle to wrap up this game here. It hasn't been a game of so many clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, but Dreams have done the most important thing to get 2 goals behind Hartlepool. Now they can get 1 year. Sapon, good defending from Abdullah. It's a corner for the Phobians.
Yeah, great defending by Abdullah. Hartlepool tried to make something happen there. Sapon got on the end of it, but Abdullah was there to get in the block for a corner. But Ben Mensah knows that he's let himself and the team down.
Nete with a corner is headed away by Odro. Now here is Moal Hassan. Gets the ball into the box of Dreams again. Another header this time by Ibrahim Issa. Isaac Mensah goes down. Free kick for Hartlepool. So Isaac Mensah caught from behind by Issa. Worried man, Samuel Buedu. He looks beaten. Second defeat. He suffered defeat at the hands of Ashanti Gold. And that is a reality check. This is hard to work. It won't come easy. Nete with a free kick. Nete with a killer. Maxwell Arthur got his head on it. And it's over. 90 minutes plus 9 additional minutes. And Hartlepool have been beaten for the 6th time this season. The Phobians have dropped points here in Deu, and they've dropped maximum points. Simba Sylvester and Aliu Saif have beaten Hartlepool squarely here at the Theatre of Dreams in Deu. It's over. Dreams FC 2, Hartlepool 0. 22nd week game of the Ghana Premier League. As a game, Dreams FC will look back and say we gave it our all, we deserved it, and we got all the 3 points at stake. It's a massive, massive, massive win for the Deu Bay side here at the Theatre of Dreams. And Ben Mensah being consoled by his reserve goalkeeper, i.e. full-time Dreams 2, Hearts 0. Dreams and Hartlepool here at the Theatre of Dreams. And Michel Otu setting up Patrick Razak, whose cross was headed down by Edu, but not power enough on it, as goalkeeper Agbasi makes light work of that one. But you want to give credit to Victor Odro because he had a touch on it. So Abdullah Ibrahim nearly gave Hartlepool the lead with Barnier with an empty net. Brilliant, wonderful clearance from the goal line by Masaudu. Agbasi failed to control, but you don't want to blame him too much because that pass from Abdullah wasn't good enough. Razak's cross was met with this belter from Fatal. But the goalkeeper, it was heading his direction. Didn't have to do so much. But it was a good save in the end. That ball from Manaf was met at the right time by Odro. And first half ended goalless with Dreams FC returning from the break a more vibrant side, a more purposeful side, and they got the lead from Hufeis Ali. From that cross by Okran, the header was saved by Ben Mensah. He couldn't get hold of it, and the rebound was connected perfectly. So that's the header. Mensah fails to make a first time save. Now to the roof of the net. It's 1-0 for Dreams FC. Ali Hufeis. 1-0. At this stage, Dreams FC knew the game was theirs to lose. Issa Ibrahim with his cross. Again, the goal scorer got a header, but this time, it won't trouble goalkeeper Ben Mensah. Odro. Adu sets up Michel Sarpon, who connects this one to Denchi, and Fatal. He met the ball right in that box, but that connection wasn't good enough. So Simba Sylvester, right at the near post, he's beaten Ben Mensah. It's 2-0 here at the Theatre of Dreams. He came off the bench and is giving his coach reason to have trusted him. It's over here. 2-0 for Dreams FC. Has had 59% of the possession, committed 16 fouls, 4 shots on goal. Full-time score here at the Theatre of Dreams. Dreams FC 2, Hatzabog 0.
Coach, a disappointing outing today for your side. Can you briefly sum up, from your perspective, the game for us?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate that we have lost this game by 2 goals down. That's my worry, but it's a game. It's a game. Then we have to take it like that, because there are 3 things in the game: either draw, win, or lose. But we have lost this game. We are going back home to correct the mistake that we made to concede these goals.
But what do you think in the whole did not work for your side?
Yeah, we were playing well, but it's quite unfortunately we got red card during the second half. It also affected us in our play. So with the transition, everything changed.
Are you disappointed that your team conceded from the set piece that actually brought about the red card, about the defensive organization from the set piece?
Yeah, but the goal conceding, the last goal was very bad. But I'm not disappointed. But they did well. They played to their satisfactory. But that is quite unfortunate that we couldn't create a lot of chances, but we couldn't utilize it. We are going back to work extra for our next match.
All right, coach. Then all the best in the next one.
Thank you very much.
All right, Masaudu, congratulations. And now we are man of the match. Game no obo homo den pa. Send our feeling.
Oh, I'm very happy. Me happy pa. Since enye easy. Ya ball games bebre na enko ye mami. Ba game we dey na me hu say senia akensi na ekọ mami no say no ma ekọ ye mami. Timi dey Yankopon ase na Yankopon adom na sa no ma no nyina sisi e o makwam.
And as a team need including against Accra Hearts of Folk. Eba ne send na mo ye na se den pot na coach e kire mo ka kire mo a wo hwa e man kudim die ne ba mafa.
First no na sa wo hwe oba e training ground na wo hwa na motivation no na wo hwe training na e no so na hu say e wo high because against Hearts of Folk no Hearts of Folk e team bia sa wo ba Ghana ha o magi din pa o mu din e wo suruye ti any lower club bia na say any premier club bia ba be share o ma ho keka no e be ba soro na ye coach no so e motivate yen o ka che say game no e ba be share no has for o mu a good side, so we should also encourage ourselves, then raise our game up.
All right, remember more congratulations. Obetwa Kojiweni.
That's it.
All right, Verich, congratulations. What do you think worked for your team today?
Teamwork. We today play as a team. We know before the game, we knew it before the game, that some moments we're going to struggle because we're going to play against very good team. And I told them, the game is going to be 50-50 because we are good, they are good. They also have big name, and in some moments we're going to struggle. But please push them to struggle as well. And that's what happened. It was a very difficult game. And I also told them, in this moment, when we go to struggle, be focused, be concentrated. and wait your chance when we get to be focused, to be constant, to punish them, because who is going to score first goal is going to win. And it was almost like this.
All right, so your team scored 2 goals today and kept a clean sheet as well.
Clean sheet. Oh.
There was a goal line clearance there that Masudu made. How impressed are you with the defensive setup, the back three and the fullbacks?
You know, if you play against Asofoko and make clean sheet, I think that you as a coach should be very happy. And of course, Asofoko has some chances, some chances, and we were so good, we were so focused. And also, you know, if you hard work, if you are focused, you are constantly, God see and help you in this moment. And that was today. About defense, if you ask me, Asofoko has good attackers, but we did well, and God help us.
Absolutely. So finally, then you made a substitution, brought in Simba, and he got the goal. You talk about the team struggling for goals. Now, are you happy to get goals from the bench?
Of course, and I'm also happy because of him. You know, he came and still he waiting his chance to be line up players. And okay, when you came from bench and give to team something what he gave to us, of course that I'm so happy about him.
Congratulations, coach.
Thanks a lot, and clean sheet is so good. Thanks.
It's back again. I say this is our own. Let's cherish our own. Division 1 league is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. Yadi wadoka wa, yadi kanwa, yadi reshemwa, yadi wadoka wa, yadi kanwa.